We had been camping the last 2 weeks just east of Phoenix with all the cacti, and it was simply just getting too hot for us, so it was time to move on and seek higher elevations. Here in the valley, the desert seemed to be in full bloom. Beautiful yellows and purples and oranges were blossoming all over, as far as the eye could see. I had never imagined Arizona or the desert to be so colorful, and it was just the start of all the surprises Arizona had in store for me. Shortly after we were north of Phoenix, we began to climb in elevation. When we left the Phoenix Valley area, our plan had been to head to higher elevation, find somewhere to camp on Forest Service land, and find cooler weather. However, the state of Arizona had yet another surprise for us. I was always under the impression Arizona was flat, hot, desert, and cactus. We were about to learn how diverse the state of Arizona truly is. It was the middle of April, and we just left the Phoenix area because it was too hot, so the last thing we were expecting to see was snow. At first, there was just little patches along the side of the road, and then it began to accumulate more and more and more. Needless to say, we were too early in the season to access pretty much every single Forest Service land that there was out here for camping. If it wasn't covered in snow, it was a mud pit of snowmelt. So we had to change plans, and we carried on north to the I-40, and then we headed east. Next stop was Winslow, Arizona, on good old Route 66. If Winslow, Arizona sounds familiar and you can't quite place where from, well, one of the things it's most famous for is a song by the Eagles called Take It Easy. I'd love to play the song for you now, but I'll be honest, YouTube will flag this video so quickly for copyright, it's ridiculous. Instead, I'll give you some of the lyrics. And if you feel so inclined, take a listen to the song later and know that you've seen the corner of Winslow, Arizona. Winslow, Arizona also happens to be on the old Route 66 that runs from Chicago to LA, all the way across the United States. So there's also many Route 66 themed things to see in Winslow, Arizona. Have you been able to remember the song by the Eagles? Take It Easy? Well, we're fast approaching the corner in Winslow, Arizona. When we drove past it, and even now as I look back on the footage, I can't help but hum or sing the song as we approach the corner, or even spot a flatbed Ford. And here it is, the corner in Winslow, Arizona. We didn't stay to explore the corner in Winslow, Arizona this time, but we promised we'd be back again one day. We still had a ways to go before our final destination for the night. We were back on the I-40 heading east. Next stop, Holbrook, Arizona. The town of Holbrook, Arizona is just off Interstate 40 and off of the old Route 66. As such, just like Winslow, Arizona, Holbrook, Arizona has a lot of Route 66 themed decor and attractions. One of these old Route 66 attractions that stood out so much to us was the Wigwam Motel. In the 1950s, the Wigwam village was created. Here you'll find arranged in a charming square formation 15 concrete and steel teepees, which are called wigwams, on 3 sides and a main office on the 4th. Each wigwam unit stands 32 feet high and has a base diameter of 14 feet, featuring a small bathroom with a sink, toilet, and shower. They've even been upgraded with some modern amenities such as satellite TV and air conditioning. One of the most charming aspects of the motel is a collection of vintage automobiles from the 1960s and earlier, strategically placed around the parking area. The Wigwam Motel successfully operated until the late 1970s when Interstate 40 bypassed downtown Holbrook, leading to a decline in business. The motel closed in 1974, but its story didn't end there. The original owner's children renovated the property and reopened it in 1988. They converted part of the main office into a museum. Today, the Wigwam Motel has been recognized for its historical significance, listing it on the National Register of Historic Places on May 2, 2002. We just thought this place was super cute and really unique. The town of Holbrook has many other things to see and do if you're in the area. And it's another great stop if you're exploring old Route 66. One of the other things we did while we were in the Holbrook area was stopped at the Bucket of Blood Street and learned about the legends of the Bucket of Blood Saloon. However, those legends deserved a video of their own, so stay tuned for that video. This building has quite the history. We've covered a lot of ground today, and our next stop was going to be our last stop for the night. We were headed to a campground called Crystal Forest, which was located just outside the entrance of the Petrified National Forest. In the morning, we planned to get up early and explore the Petrified National Forest, so this was a great stopping location for the day.